Hi, my name is Vincent Jones. I'm doing my self-evaluation, please. On speech. Oh, by the way, sorry, Miss McGee, about earlier. I didn't remember your name. I'm sorry. I'm really bad with names, but I'll never forget faces though. But besides that note, let's get this started. Um, I didn't really have no public speaking experience prior to coming to Full Sail, other than me like doing like I guess you can say PowerPoint presentations and stuff like in high school. I mean that's really it. I mean, taking public speaking, I was kind of semi excited because it helped me probably bring up more better skills with me and interacting with other people better. Um, as far as communication skills, I feel better. I mean, but there's always room for improvement where no matter what it is. I mean, there's never a point where I feel like I'm the best person at communication. I just feel as you go on, you just learn more and more. Yes, I have performance experience. Like I said earlier when we did our first presentation, I did performance. I used to be in two bands, did rock and jazz. So me doing public experience also plays a role. So that whole stage fright thing is not really a factor to me. Um, yes, I utilize ethos, pathos, and logos, but ethos, as far as credibility, I always showed like videos and stuff like that to prove my point and have proof of other things that other people did so it can make my credibility better. Pathos, I always relate every time I did a presentation, I'll relate it to how I feel and how the audience feel because I know most of the time when we say something or do something, we all been in that same situation. And from a logical standpoint, it's like common sense. It's pretty much common sense. Um, I always made, as far as when I did my speeches, I always made sure I make eye contact with everybody, like as if everybody was in my shoes or everybody was in the same room. Like try to bring the audience in. As far as volume is, as you know in class and now, I'm naturally a loud person, and I kind of get that from my mom. My mom's a very loud person. Like I can have her on the phone right now and be like, and she'll talk to me and be like, oh, and when friends come over, it's like, oh, that's your mom. Is she on speakerphone? I'm like, I'm sorry, she's not on speaker. That should kind of tell you. As far as gestures go, I guess you can say I tend to move a lot as far as hand motions and stuff like that when it comes to doing my speeches. Um, my persuasive speech, it was kind of like, I'm not gonna lie, when I first did that speech, it was kind of, I mean, I had eye contact, but as far as talking and stuff, it was kind of weird because I know when we were doing the speeches, we had that 5 minute, 5 second slide thing, and it was me thinking, like, it's one slide going up, it's like, oh, blah, blah, I'm talking about this, how important this is, and at another point, the slide switching, so I have to switch up the conversation, so people looking at the back of the slide, and then I'm saying something different, everybody's all confused, and that really doesn't help. As far as my industrial professional speech, I learned a lot coming from the first speech. So like when I came for the second one, I was like, yo, I had to be prepared for this. Speech was on point. The volume was clear. My gesture was on point. My movements and stuff was on point. Me getting out to the audience, trying to relate to certain things. 'Cause I know you remember the presentation I did was the Michael Jackson one, and and the thing I was trying to show is not like everybody knows Michael Jackson. Everybody knows Thriller. Everybody knows this, and this that Michael Jackson does. Everybody knows the moonwalk. But a lot of people don't know, like some of the other stuff he does. Like I showed you the Captain EO thing. A lot of people know there was a ride, and that was one of the first 4D things ever made in existence, actually. And the game, I know you like the video of the game. I'll make sure I send you that later. But the video of the game, a lot of people didn't know Michael Jackson had a video game. He had like one or two games that came out other than the new Wii games that are out now. I want to let people know he went different directions with instead of doing music as far as gaining people's respect and stuff. Um, I mean, from the classroom to auditorium, I mean, when I was in the classroom, I felt like it was more like a whatever experience. I was like, okay, I feel like comfortable. When I went to the auditorium, I felt like I had to be professional. It almost felt like as if I did a concert. Like everybody's watching. You have a bigger room, bigger crowd. You have more. You have. It makes me put more effort when I'm in a bigger environment because make it seem like it's more important. When you're in a classroom, it's like okay, it's a classroom, whatever. When you're auditorium, you're thinking, oh crap, this is a cathedral. This is a theater, or this is people. This is a bunch of thousand people. So when I say a speech, it's gonna be more important as opposed to when there's a small classroom. It seems like there's less people and less stuff to say. As far as my group in our group work with the group, we always was on the same page where when it came to making ideas. Everybody had one idea, and when one person had one idea, it's like, oh, I had that idea too. So we're all on the same page, and we all can think the same way. So like when somebody had an idea, there was no discretion about saying, oh, I'm not really digging that idea. It was always like, oh, I like that idea. We can add on to this, we can add on to that, and everybody is on the same page. As far as being nervous, like I said earlier, the only time I was actually nervous was the persuasive speech, because that whole having the PowerPoint playing but behind you, like I said earlier, and me talking, trying to match with the PowerPoint in a pretty site. If I have the clicker, I can go all day, but I have the clicker, so. And then my video didn't work that day too, so that also didn't help. Um, I did spend time I mean, my introductory speech when I first was like talking, I was like, I really didn't. I'll tell you right now, I didn't really spend time doing the speech because I was like, oh, it's just a speech talking about me. I knew everything about me. I was like, it should be easy. Then when I went up there, I was like, man, I wish I could have said more. I wish I could have done this and this. So now, if I read it again, I wish I could probably done more things better. But from taking this class, I learned a lot. I'm really glad to public speaking. It turned out way more different than I expected. I was like, man, we have to write this, write this, write this, and then it was actually more on presenting, and me presenting helped me do more and more. Like, actually, if anything, Ms. McGee, you actually helped me improve my like communication skills, like getting out to the audience, bringing your audience in, pitching that product, all that stuff. I mean, I'm going to actually miss this class. I'll try to swing by and visit as much as possible, but long story short, I learned a lot this month, and this was a good class. And if I had to take another sim course like this, I would actually go for it again, just so I can get more experience with public speaking, more different techniques on persuading, bringing your arguments, pitching, and stuff like that. Well, this is my video, and that's it.